Gentlemen, here's something no one tells you about getting dressed. The clothes, the suit, the shirt, the trousers are just the words of your story. The accessories are the punctuation. They are the small, crucial details that give your style meaning, personality, and polish. A man who wears well-fitting clothes looks good, but a man who has mastered his accessories is a man who truly has style. The biggest mistake men over 40 make with accessories is to commit one of two cardinal sins. The first is the sin of omission, wearing no accessories at all, resulting in a look that is plain, unfinished, and lacking in character. The second, and far worse, is the sin of commission, piling on too many cheap, flashy, or inappropriate accessories in a desperate attempt to look wealthy or interesting. So today, I am breaking down the accessory sins that are silently killing your look. More importantly, I'm giving you the definitive gentleman's guide to choosing and wearing accessories with subtlety, confidence, and impeccable taste. We will cover the essentials, the etiquette, and the philosophy that separates the boys with the toys from the men with true style. Stay until the end because you don't want to miss the forgotten accessory. Let's get into it on the more is more mistake. Let's begin with the most cringe-inducing mistake in all of menswear: the belief that piling on more accessories makes you look more stylish or more successful. This is the man who is wearing a giant, glittering watch, 3 different bracelets on one wrist, a thick chain necklace, 2 or 3 rings on his fingers, and a belt with a buckle the size of a dinner plate. The mistake is thinking that quantity can make up for a lack of taste. The problem with this more is more approach is that it does not project wealth or confidence. It projects deep insecurity. It looks desperate. It is a loud, frantic scream for attention in a world where true power and confidence are communicated through quiet understatement. This look is often the hallmark of a midlife crisis, an attempt to use shiny objects to distract from a lack of internal substance. It is trying too hard, and it is fooling no one. A gentleman's style should be a testament to his confidence, not a catalog of his possessions. So what is the solution? The solution is to embrace the single most important philosophy in all of classic style: less is more. A gentleman understands the power of understatement. His accessories are not the main event. They are the carefully chosen, high-quality supporting actors that make the entire production better. You should adopt what I call the rule of 3. On any given day, for most outfits, you should be wearing no more than 3 primary accessories. This typically includes your watch, your wedding band, if you wear one, and perhaps one other subtle item. This could be a tie clip, a simple bracelet, or a pocket square. The point is to be deliberate and restrained. Each accessory should have a purpose and should be able to stand on its own merits without being crowded out by a dozen other items. By paring down your accessories to a few significant high-quality pieces, you allow each one to have more impact. You are choosing curation over collection. This is the first and most important step towards mastering your details. To do this effectively, you must first ensure you have the right foundational pieces. This brings us to the 3 accessories that are utterly non-negotiable. 2. The foundational trinity. Now that we have established the less is more philosophy, we must ensure that the less is of exceptional quality. The mistake many men make is having a drawer full of cheap, disposable accessories rather than investing in a few truly great ones. A cheap accessory will cheapen an entire outfit, no matter how expensive your suit or shirt may be. The problem with low-quality accessories is that they betray your entire effort. A cracked pleather belt, a watch that turns your wrist green, or a pair of flimsy plastic sunglasses instantly communicates a lack of commitment to quality. It's like serving a fine steak with a plastic knife and fork. The solution is to build your entire accessory strategy around the foundational trinity. These are the 3 essential, non-negotiable accessories that every single man over 40 must own in a high-quality version. These are not expenses, they are lifetime investments in your personal brand. The first pillar, a quality timepiece. We have discussed this at length before, but it is the undisputed king of men's accessories. You must own at least one classic, well-made analog watch. It should be proportionally sized to your wrist, made from quality materials, and have a timeless design. This is your primary statement of taste and your appreciation for craftsmanship. The second pillar, a simple, high-quality leather belt. Your belt is not just a tool to hold up your trousers. It is a critical framing device. You need, at a minimum, 2 great belts, one in a solid dark brown leather and one in a solid black leather. They should be about 1.25 to 1.5 inches wide, with a simple, classic, understated buckle made of solid metal. The quality of the leather should be evident. The third pillar, a timeless pair of sunglasses. Your sunglasses sit directly on your face. They are not an area to cut corners. You must invest in at least one pair of classic, well-made sunglasses from a reputable brand. The frames should be made of high-quality acetate or metal, and the lenses must offer proper UV protection. As we will discuss, a timeless shape is key. By securing high-quality versions of these 3 foundational pieces, you have established the bedrock of your entire accessory game. You will have a sophisticated and appropriate option for almost any outfit. Let's now take a deeper dive into the most important of these 3 pillars, your watch. 3. The watch is a statement. We've established that a quality timepiece is the cornerstone of a man's accessory collection. However, the mistake many men make, even if they own a nice watch, is wearing the wrong type of watch for the occasion. This is the man who wears his rugged, oversized sports watch with a finely tailored suit to a formal wedding. The problem, as we've touched upon before, is the severe clash of context. A sports watch is a tool. A suit is a statement of formality and elegance. Pairing the two is a stylistic contradiction that signals a lack of refinement and an ignorance of the unwritten rules of classic menswear. It's like wearing work boots to the opera. It shows you haven't considered the nuances of the occasion, which can be perceived as a form of disrespect. The solution is to understand the principle of appropriateness and to build a small collection that provides you with the right watch for the right situation. As we outlined in our one watch fallacy tip, having a dedicated dress watch, an everyday sports watch, and a casual tool watch is the ideal strategy. Let's delve deeper into the roles of the 2 most important categories for a gentleman. The dress watch. This is your formal specialist. Its purpose is to be discreet, elegant, and to complement your most formal attire. It should be thin, with a case diameter typically between 34 mm and 39 mm, allowing it to slide effortlessly under your shirt cuff. The dial should be simple and clean, ideally time only, perhaps with a date window. It should be on a high-quality leather strap, usually black or dark brown. A dress watch should never be a chronograph or have a rotating bezel. Its beauty is in its simplicity. It whispers. It does not shout. The everyday sports watch. This is your versatile all-rounder. This category is broad and includes classic styles like dive watches, pilot's watches, and field watches. These watches are more robust than dress watches, with better water resistance and often a more legible dial with luminous hands and markers. They are typically worn on a steel bracelet, which makes them incredibly versatile. A classic stainless steel dive watch, for example, is rugged enough to wear on the weekend, but still sharp enough to be worn with a blazer in a business casual setting. The key is to ensure it is still proportionally sized to your wrist, typically 38 mm to 42 mm. By understanding the distinct roles of these 2 watch categories, you demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of context. You show that you not only appreciate fine timepieces, but that you also respect the occasions at which you wear them. This same principle of respect for context and harmony applies to the accessory at the center of your outfit, your belt. 4. The belt blunder. Let's focus on the second pillar of our foundational trinity, the belt. This simple leather strap is one of the most frequently fumbled accessories in a man's wardrobe. The mistakes are usually twofold. First, wearing a belt that is worn out, frayed, or of poor quality, and second, committing the cardinal sin of mismatching your leathers. The problem with a worn-out belt is simple. It makes your entire outfit look tired and neglected. A cracked, peeling belt with a tarnished buckle sends a powerful message of carelessness. The problem with mismatching your leathers, wearing a brown belt with black shoes, for example, is that it creates a jarring visual disconnect right at the center of your body. It is a fundamental rule break in classic menswear. and to a discerning eye, it is an immediate sign of an amateur. The solution is to adhere to one of the most important and easiest to follow rules in all of style. Your leathers must complement each other. This means that the leather of your belt should be in the same color family as the leather of your shoes. If you are wearing dark brown leather shoes, you should be wearing a dark brown leather belt. If you are wearing black leather shoes, you must wear a black leather belt. For extra style points, a true connoisseur will also match the leather of his watch strap to his belt and shoes. A man wearing dark brown shoes, a dark brown belt, and a watch on a dark brown leather strap is a man who is operating at the highest level of sartorial detail. The leathers do not need to be the exact same shade or texture, but they must be in the same family. A chocolate brown can work with an espresso brown. A smooth leather belt can work with a pebbled grain leather shoe. The unbreakable rule is simply no brown with black. Beyond the color, the belt itself should be of high quality. It should be made of full-grain leather, which will age beautifully and last for years. The width should be classic, between 1.25 and 1.5 inches. The buckle should be simple, classic, and understated. A solid square or rounded buckle in a polished silver or brass tone is perfect. Avoid giant, flashy, logo-emblazoned buckles at all costs. By mastering this simple rule of matching your leathers, you create a harmonious and polished look that signals a deep and quiet understanding of classic style. This same need for classic, timeless choices is paramount when it comes to the accessory that sits on your face. 5. The frame failure. Let us move on to the third pillar of our foundational trinity, your sunglasses. Sunglasses are a uniquely powerful accessory. They are both a practical tool for protecting your eyes and a major style statement that has the power to define your entire persona. The mistake so many men over 40 make is to treat them as a disposable afterthought, grabbing a cheap pair from a gas station or wearing overly sporty, trendy frames that are completely wrong for their face and their style. The problem with cheap, poorly chosen sunglasses is that they can instantly make you look ridiculous. Your face is the focal point of your entire being. It is not the place to wear cheap plastic. Overly sporty, wraparound, shield-style sunglasses with brightly colored mirrored lenses might be appropriate for a professional cyclist, but when worn with a smart casual outfit, they look aggressive and out of place. Similarly, chasing a fleeting, youth-oriented sunglass trend can make you look like you're trying too hard to be something you're not. The solution is to view your sunglasses as a serious investment in your personal style and to choose a classic, timeless frame shape that is well-made and suits your face. There are 3 iconic styles that have remained popular for over half a century for a reason. They are timelessly cool, and they flatter a wide variety of face shapes. The first classic, the Wayfarer. This bold trapezoidal acetate frame is an icon of effortless cool. It is masculine, strong, and projects a confident, slightly rebellious vibe. In a classic black or tortoiseshell, it is a can't-go-wrong choice that works with everything from a suit to a swimsuit. The second classic, the Aviator. Designed for pilots, the thin metal frame and large teardrop-shaped lenses of the Aviator offer a look that is both rugged and elegant. It projects a sense of adventure and classic masculinity. A traditional gold or silver frame with a dark green G15 lens is the timeless standard. The third classic, the Clubmaster, or brow line. This style features a bolder upper frame that sits along the brow line with a thinner metal rim around the bottom half of the lens. It has a vintage, intellectual, and incredibly sophisticated feel. It is a fantastic choice for a man who wants to project an air of intelligence and refined taste. When you invest in a pair of sunglasses from a reputable brand, you are paying for superior materials, better construction, and optically correct lenses that provide proper UV protection. By choosing one of these timeless styles, you ensure you will always look sharp, sophisticated, and effortlessly cool. Now that we have covered the foundational trinity, let's venture into the more optional and therefore more tricky world of other men's accessories. 6. The man jewelry minefield. Beyond the core trinity of the watch, belt, and sunglasses lies the often treacherous territory of other men's jewelry, rings, bracelets, and necklaces. The mistake here is, again, one of extremes. Many men either avoid these items entirely out of fear of looking ostentatious, or they dive in head first, choosing pieces that are cheap, loud, and tacky. The problem with wearing the wrong kind of man jewelry is that it can quickly make you look like a caricature. A thick, heavy gold chain worn over your shirt, multiple oversized rings with skulls or gemstones, or an armful of rattling bracelets can look like a costume. It can project an image that is more aging rock star or mafia movie extra than sophisticated gentleman. The solution, if you choose to venture into this territory, is to follow the principles of subtlety, quality, and personal meaning. Rings. For most gentlemen, 2 rings should be the absolute maximum. The first is your wedding band, which is a simple and powerful statement in itself. The second could be a classic signet ring, perhaps with a family crest or a simple monogram. A signet ring worn on the pinky finger is a traditional and very elegant choice. The key is for the rings to be made of real, quality metal, gold or silver, and to be understated in their design. Bracelets. If you wear a bracelet, it should be a single, simple, and masculine piece worn on the wrist opposite your watch to maintain balance. A simple leather cord bracelet or a beaded bracelet made from natural materials like wood or stone can add a touch of personal bohemian flair without being loud. Avoid anything made of cheap plastic or rattling metal. Necklaces. This is the most difficult piece of jewelry for a mature man to pull off. The unbreakable rule is that if you wear a necklace, it should be simple, thin, and almost always worn under your shirt so that only a small glimpse of it is visible at the collar. A thin, simple chain in silver or gold is the only acceptable option. Anything thick, chunky, or worn on the outside of your shirt should be avoided at all costs. The key to all of these pieces is that they should feel like an authentic part of you, not something you put on to impress others. Less is always more. This same principle of subtle enhancement applies to the accessories made not of metal, but of fabric. 7. The fabric finishes. Let's talk about the fabric accessories that complete a tailored look. This is the realm of the tie, the pocket square, and the scarf. The most common and amateurish mistake men make here is to buy a pre-packaged tie and pocket square set, where the 2 items are made from the exact same fabric and pattern. The problem with these matching sets is that they look cheap, contrived, and completely uninspired. It signals that you have no personal creativity or confidence in your ability to pair items yourself. It is the sartorial equivalent of a paint-by-numbers kit. A gentleman coordinates his accessories. He does not match them perfectly. The solution is to understand the art of complementation. Your tie and your pocket square should not match. They should complement each other. They should share a common color story or a similar level of formality, but they should not be identical. The easiest and most foolproof way to do this is to always have a simple white linen pocket square. A crisp white pocket square folded neatly into a simple TV fold, a clean straight line, works with every single tie, every shirt, and every jacket. It is a can't-fail option that adds a touch of brightness and polish to your chest pocket. Once you have mastered the white pocket square, you can begin to experiment. The rule is to pick out a secondary color from your tie or your shirt and have your pocket square reflect that color in its pattern. For example, if you are wearing a navy tie with small burgundy pin dots, you could wear a pocket square that has a burgundy paisley pattern. The 2 patterns are different, but they are linked by the common color. The tie itself should be made of quality material like silk, wool, or linen, and be in a timeless pattern like a subtle stripe, a pin dot, or a small geometric print. A scarf is another powerful fabric accessory. In the winter, a beautiful scarf in cashmere or merino wool can add a luxurious layer of warmth and color. In the summer, a lightweight linen or cotton scarf can add a touch of sprezzatura, studied carelessness, to a casual blazer. By learning to coordinate these fabric pieces, you add a final layer of polish and personality to your tailored outfits. This same attention to detail must extend all the way down to your ankles. 8. The sock situation. Let's revisit the often neglected accessory that bridges the gap between your trousers and your shoes, your socks. The mistake here is twofold, either treating socks as a complete afterthought and wearing inappropriate athletic socks, or trying too hard and wearing loud, novelty, wacky socks. The problem with wearing white athletic crew socks with any kind of dress shoe or loafer is that it is a glaring style foul. It completely breaks the visual line of your outfit and looks sloppy and juvenile. The problem with wacky socks covered in cartoons, junk food, or garish patterns is that they are the foot-level equivalent of a novelty tie. They are a desperate cry for personality that undermines the sophistication of the rest of your outfit. The solution is to treat your socks as a considered and integral part of your look. There are 2 simple rules to follow. Rule 1. For business and formal wear, match your socks to your trousers. As we've discussed, this creates a seamless and elegant visual line from your waist to your shoe, making you appear taller and more put together. If you are wearing navy trousers, wear navy socks. If you are wearing charcoal trousers, wear charcoal socks. The socks should be a fine gauge wool or cotton and should be long enough, over the calf, to not expose any bare leg when you sit down. Rule 2. For more casual situations, your socks can be an opportunity for a subtle pop of color. This is where you can show a bit more personality. With a pair of dark jeans and brown boots, for example, you could wear a pair of socks in a rich burgundy or a deep forest green. The key is that the color should be sophisticated and should complement another color in your outfit, perhaps your sweater or your pocket square. The pattern, if any, should be classic, like a simple dot, a herringbone, or a bird's eye. By giving your socks the same level of consideration as the rest of your outfit, you are signaling a deep commitment to the details. This same commitment should apply to the items you use to carry your other essentials. 9. The carrying conundrum. Let's talk about the accessories you use to carry your life around. The mistake most men make is continuing to use the same accessories they used in college. A bulky, overstuffed wallet that ruins the line of their trousers, and a tattered canvas backpack that they pair with everything, including a suit. The problem with a Costanza wallet is that the huge bulge it creates in your back pocket looks terrible and is actually bad for your back when you sit on it. The problem with using a student's backpack in a professional setting is that it completely undermines your authority and maturity. It creates a jarring disconnect with your tailored clothing and makes you look like an intern, not a boss. The solution is to upgrade your carry to reflect your status as a grown, professional man. First, you must streamline your wallet, ditch the bulky bifold, and move to a slim, leather card holder. A card holder is a sleek, minimalist accessory that can hold your essential cards and a few folded bills. It can slide invisibly into your front trouser pocket or the inside breast pocket of your jacket, preserving the clean lines of your clothing. Second, for your professional life, you must invest in a quality leather briefcase. A classic, well-made briefcase in a dark brown or black leather is a powerful symbol of professionalism and preparedness. It has room for your laptop, your documents, and your other essentials, and it completes a business look in a way that a backpack never can. Third, for your personal travel and weekends, you should have a stylish and durable bag. This could be a handsome leather or waxed canvas weekend bag for short trips, or a sophisticated leather-trimmed canvas messenger bag for your daily essentials. By choosing bags and wallets that are as well-made and sophisticated as the rest of your wardrobe, you are creating a holistic image of competence and style. This brings us to our final and perhaps most overlooked accessory. 10. The forgotten accessory. Let's discuss the final detail, the one that is revealed in a moment of action. Your pen. Imagine this scene. You are in an important client meeting. You are wearing a perfectly tailored suit, a beautiful watch, and impeccable shoes. The time comes to sign a multi-million-dollar contract. You reach into your jacket and pull out a cheap, disposable plastic ballpoint pen with a chewed-up cap. The mistake is thinking that something as small as a pen doesn't matter. The problem is that in that moment of truth, the cheap pen creates a powerful and jarring disconnect. It undermines the entire image of quality, substance, and attention to detail that you have so carefully constructed. It is a small detail, but it speaks volumes. It suggests that your sophistication is only skin deep. The solution is to appreciate that a gentleman's commitment to quality extends to all of his tools, no matter how small. You should own and carry one fine writing instrument. This does not mean you need an extravagantly expensive pen. It simply means you should have one well-made classic pen that feels good in your hand and writes beautifully. A classic fountain pen is the ultimate choice, offering a timeless writing experience that connects you to a long tradition of craftsmanship. A high-quality rollerball or ballpoint pen with a metal body and a classic design is also an excellent option. Carrying a fine pen is not about showing off. It is about personal pleasure and preparedness. It is for your signature, for jotting down notes, for writing a thank you card. It is a small personal object that signals that you are a man who appreciates quality in all its forms. It is the final hidden accessory that completes the picture of a man who has mastered every single detail. When you master your accessories, you are completing your personal narrative. You are showing the world that you are a man who is not only successful, but also sophisticated, not only in command of his work, but also in command of himself. This attention to detail is the final frontier of style, and mastering it will bring you a deep and lasting sense of confidence. Stay sharp, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next one.